Alright people, gather round. Tonight we're diving deep into the world of money, law, and a whole lot of pennies. You might be thinking, pennies? Really, Trevor? Oh, trust me, this is way more exciting than it sounds. We're talking about something called biotech and law grades. Sounds complicated, right? Don't worry, I got you. Basically, these grades are like secret codes stamped on money, but instead of making you rich, they tell a story about the money's history. Bio grades. Think of them like a penny's DNA. They tell you where the metal came from, like a birth certificate for money. Tech grades refer to how the money was made. Was it stamped, printed, or carved by squirrels? Who knows? And last but not least, law grades tell you about the rules and regulations that governed that money when it was in circulation. Why should we care about these secret money codes? Well, they can unlock some seriously big questions about financial claims, forgery, and even international law. Buckle up, people, because things are about to get interesting. Hold on to your hats, folks, because this is where it gets wild. Imagine a mountain of pennies so high it could rival Mount Rushmore. We're talking about 500 billion pennies. That's $5 billion with a B. Now imagine someone claiming that mountain of pennies is theirs, all because of these little biotech and law grades. That's the situation we're diving into. It's like finding a winning lottery ticket from 40 years ago and trying to cash it in today. Except instead of a lottery ticket, it's a mountain of pennies. And instead of the lottery commission, it's the US Treasury. But wait, there's a catch. Calculating the value of these pennies isn't as simple as counting to 500 billion. It involves factoring in inflation, interest, and a whole bunch of legal mumbo-jumbo. Some folks are even saying this penny pile could be worth $1 quadrillion. You heard that right, a quadrillion. That's a 1 with 15 zeros after it. Now, where things get really juicy is when we throw forgery into the mix. You see, just like with any valuable artifact, there are shady characters out there looking to create fake pennies with the right bio, tech, and law grades. Imagine a criminal mastermind surrounded by microscopes and metal molds meticulously crafting counterfeit coins in their basement. They're like the Leonardo da Vinci of penny forgery. But here's the thing. If you can't tell the real pennies from the fake ones, does it even matter? That's a question for the courts to decide. Here's where things get really trippy. Those bio, tech, and law grades aren't just about today's money. They're like time capsules telling us about financial rules and regulations from decades, even centuries ago. Imagine digging up a Roman coin in your backyard. Those engravings aren't just pretty decorations. They tell a story about the Roman Empire's economy. The same goes for our modern-day pennies. Those grades can connect us to old laws and financial systems that might not even exist anymore. It's like trying to use a Civil War-era coupon at Walmart. It might technically be legal tender, but good luck getting someone to accept it. Section 5. Can you sue the government and win $1 quadrillion? So let's talk lawsuits, baby. If someone believes they have a claim to this potential $1 quadrillion penny pile, can they just waltz into court and sue the US government? Well, it's not quite that simple. Suing the government is like trying to fight a bear while wearing a honey-covered suit. It's messy, complicated, and you're probably going to lose. The government has a lot of lawyers and they're not afraid to use them. But hey, stranger things have happened, right? Remember that time a guy sued himself for $5 million and won? Okay, maybe not the best example, but the point is, in the wild world of law, anything is possible. Section 6. The International Penny Conspiracy Global Implications. Hold on to your monocles because this penny problem isn't just confined to the US of A. Oh no, we're talking global intrigue, folks. See, those bio, tech, and law grades can be found on currencies all over the world. Imagine a secret society of international bankers, huddled in a dimly lit room, deciding the fate of the global economy based on these little markings on our coins. Okay, maybe that's a bit dramatic, but you get the point. If one country starts questioning the validity of these grades, it could send shockwaves through the global financial system. It's like a game of monetary Jenga. One wrong move and the whole thing could come crashing down. Section 7. Real-life examples when legal tender turns into legal trouble. Let's talk real-life drama, people. Remember those dollar coins with the Sacagawea on them? Well, some folks believe they contained a rare and valuable metal, leading to a frenzy of coin hoarding and melting. Turns out, it was just a rumor, but it goes to show how quickly things can get out of hand when you start messing with money. Then there's the case of the 1933 Double Eagle coin, one of the rarest and most valuable coins in the world. Only a handful are known to exist, and they've been the subject of legal battles for decades. It's like a real-life treasure hunt, with millions of dollars on the line. Section 8. So, can I dig up old pennies and get rich? Now I know what you're thinking. Trevor, should I start digging up all my old pennies? Maybe I'll find one with those magic biotech and law grades and become a millionaire? Well, before you grab your shovels and metal detectors, let me burst your bubble. It's highly unlikely. While those old pennies might be worth a bit more than their face value, it's probably not enough to retire on. But hey, who knows? Maybe you'll get lucky and find a rare penny worth a small fortune. Just don't come crying to me if your backyard treasure hunt only yields a bunch of rusty nails and earthworms. Section 9. Conclusion: the future of money and the law. So there you have it, folks, the wild world of biotech and law grades. It's a story about money, history, forgery, and the law, all tangled up in a big, confusing knot. As we move towards a more digital world with cryptocurrencies and online transactions, who knows what the future holds for our good old-fashioned cash? Will those biotech and law grades become relics of the past like VHS tapes and dial-up internet? Only time will tell, but one thing's for sure. The relationship between money and the law is always evolving, and it's going to be one heck of a ride. Now if you'll excuse me, I'm off to search my couch cushions for loose change. You never know, I might just find a quadrillion-dollar penny.